Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Um, Last week was very disappointing. Um, I think we did some good things on the defensive side of the ball. Just wasn't good enough, particularly in the red zone. We got to find ways to limit our opponents to 3 points, and when given the opportunity to get a takeaway, we got to take advantage of that. Third down, I thought we did some good things for us getting off the field, stop the run, but again, right now we got to find ways to get more takeaways to get the ball back to the offense. And with that, I'll take your questions moving forward.
Steve, how do you go about doing it? Is creating more opportunities? I know Denzel had the one in the end zone, but besides that, how do you get more opportunities?
Definitely a point of emphasis. We emphasize, we talk about it, we work on it in practice. I think you have to put yourself in a situation in the game, and I think that predicates sometimes based off your call. And then also you just got to execute, and that's the thing. We got to finish.
What kind of challenges does it present to face a quarterback that you don't really have a lot of tape on? He's never played in the NFL outside of the preseason.
It is a challenge. I think you got to go back and really look at the preseason tape, which we have. I coached against him in Jacksonville in 2017. I think he does some great things. Allen does. Very smart. You can tell he does a good job in protecting the ball. He doesn't hold on to the ball. He gets rid of the ball. Very athletic out in space. He can buy time with his feet, and very accurate with the ball as well. So I still think their approach is going to be, because they have two dynamic running backs, they're going to try to run the football and create the play action off of it, which I think they do a great job of.
Was that in preseason that you referred to when he was at Jacksonville?
Yes, it was.
How much time did he get in that game?
Really, probably a quarter and a half. Again, I just went back and really just tried to look at some of his movement, really some of the things that he does well, and seeing how they're going to try to fit him in. I think he gets out of the pocket well. He moves around a little bit, so that's part of their game as well, just the play action in the boot. So I would say so. I mean, we all know that the OC came from the 49ers, who's a quarterback coach there, so I can see some of the similarities in what they're doing, definitely in the run game. I know that's going to be a film that they're going to watch, and they probably already had some conversations amongst one another. So we definitely got to be prepared for some of the things that hurt us in that particular game.
For whatever reason, have you ever played a few clips of Garrett and a few clips of Von Miller and kind of compared?
No, not at all. Haven't really even thought about that. I think both are dynamic in what they do for us getting to the quarterback, but I definitely like our guy.
Could you tell, nothing against the guys that were starting in their place, but could you kind of tell the difference that you had Denzel and Greedy back? Could you tell those two guys were back on the field?
I think they came back and jumped right back into the fold. They had an outstanding game, both of them. I know Greedy had the first one on the sideline. He's in great position, just got to turn and play the ball. But they covered well, they tackled well. That particular game, we pretty much played man the whole game, and I thought they did a great job in coverage.
Steve, Tennessee got that 75-yard screen pass, and then last week a big one by the Patriots when it was 3rd and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Were there similarities in were you guys like what do teams see when they just gash you guys?
I wouldn't use the word gash. Okay, all right. They got a big play on us.
Yeah.
All right, I know what you're saying. But in Tennessee's game, all right, we got to make sure we keep leverage. So that was more of the execution part. With the Patriots, they got us on the call. We're in man coverage. They scanned the back. They did a good job of getting the lineman out. And I think Burrs did an outstanding job for us, giving us the opportunity to be able to line up and play again. So it happens at times. They had a perfect call on based off what I had. So I accept full responsibility for that.
You mentioned the Broncos running attack. What do you see out of those two guys, kind of the tandem with Lindsey?
Oh, Lindsey, when you look at him, he's 5'7", 190. He runs like he's 6 foot 215. Very explosive. Can run in between the tackles. Can take it to the outside. Freeman is not as explosive, but just as powerful. And he's more of the passing back, So I think both of those guys are dynamic in what they do. And I think up front they do a tremendous job in coming off the ball, pushing the double team, getting to the second level. So I said it all week to the defense, to the team as a whole. You know, we really got to control the line of scrimmage up front. Our defensive line has to play well.
You guys have struggled against the run the previous 2 games. Did you see an improvement against New England? I mean, the numbers were much better.
I did, and it started again up front. I thought we did a great job coming off the ball, striking, shedding, and the linebackers did a tremendous job for us just playing downhill.
What has allowed Vernon to? It seems like he's really kind of turned the corner the last couple games. Do you agree with that, and what you've seen?
I do agree. What has allowed him, I just think it's just a progression of the year. Things of, really clicking for him right now. So he's had 2 outstanding games from a standpoint of pressuring the QB, but again, most importantly, really stopping the run.
When you look at their record, obviously the Broncos are 2-6, and they're starting a quarterback that has never taken an NFL snap in a real game. What message do you have to your team that states that perhaps they're better than that record?
Same thing with us. I think you have to throw the record out the window. These 2 teams are desperately trying hard to get on the right track, have good players on both sides of the ball in all 3 phases, to be honest. So we're trying to find a win just like they are. I think we just really got to focus on us with our execution, and the fundamentals and techniques, things that we have to do. So I'm not really putting a lot into it, just a mere fact of even Brandon Allen. He's an NFL quarterback. Regardless of his first-year start, this guy is very efficient in what he can do.
Steve, last week we asked you about Jannard Avery. He goes in there, it looked like he applied pressure on the third play of the game, and then he's not in there very much afterwards and traded. Can you just sum up what happened to him here?
Well, I will say this, and not in a disrespectful way. I'm going to talk about the players that are here. In regards to any trades and things like that, you have to address that with the head coach and the GM.
Do you know going into that game that he's not long for this team?
No, did not.
Do you think that Eric Murray could play that nickel position for you? Because I think I talked to him and he said he did it a little bit in Kansas City, but not nearly as much as it feels like you played on it.
Well, I mean, he has the skill set from a standpoint of playing a little bit of corner before, move to safety. So that really entails that position when you talk about being able to stop the run as a safety, the cover skills as a corner, being able to blitz. So he encompasses all of that. And I thought his physicality is something that I was very intrigued with, which you got to be able to have at that position.
Do you see Garrett growing as a player? And you weren't here last year, of course, you saw the film. But,
I think I've seen his growth since the beginning of the season, and the things that he's doing. So I feel like he's only going to get better. Again, just being able to stop the run. I think we focus so much on his ability to get to the passer, the quarterback, but he's doing a great job really in stopping the run as well. So that's a major plus for us.
Somebody that you show tape to your guys of and say this is how some of it's done?
No, not at all. I think in the same token, we have that same guy on our side of the ball in Myles Garrett. So I really try to keep the focus on us and the things that we have to do, and that's what we keep it. So I think Von's a great player, but no, I don't show any film on him.
Last week was the first game they played since they traded Emmanuel Sanders away. Did you see any changes in their passing game with him gone?
No, I think they're going to get the ball to Sutton. I mean, they have other quality receivers, but I think he is a big physical receiver. Sort of reminds me of Metcalf at Seattle. Very strong, very deceptive speed. He can get behind you. But again, just what they do offensively, just from a standpoint of running the ball and setting up the play action, is tremendous.
It seems like their offensive style is somewhat similar to Seattle in that regard. I mean, they ran a fair amount of bootlegs too. Do you feel like you have a little bit of an advantage having faced that?
Well, I think it more is along the lines of the 49ers. But, yeah, the zone scheme, run game, as you see, a little bit of gap. But then off that is the play action.
Altitude, does it factor into your rotations? Do you have to change some things when it comes to playing out in Denver?
To be quite honest, and maybe it's because I played in that division. Coaches and I talked about it before, but I didn't really think it was a problem. So we're not going to allow that to be an excuse. We're going out there early, so that should be fine. But it's not going to really affect our rotation. We try to rotate those guys all the time and try to keep them fresh. So.
Did you go into the Patriots game thinking Olivier was going to play every snap, or does that just happen because he's playing well?
It just happens, and get into the flow of the game and how things are going. So we wanted to leave him in there, and he wanted to stay in there too as well. So I think each game is a case-by-case situation.